Hello and welcome to week 5 in psychology seminar, and in this week we're going to be looking at technology itself, and namely really looking at the technology that's involved in being successful here at KVCC in the psychology program. So it's a simple discussion. What are the technological tools that you use? And technology here referring to your devices, your apps, mobile, desktop, laptop, getting a really kind of sense of where you're at in terms of your comfort level. I know there's already been some discussions about Google Docs and versus Microsoft Office, and though even the Apple Pages and Keynote and Numbers, those kinds of things. Let's get a rich discussion there. I'm going to be participating rather vigorously in this one to both validate your favorite tools to use, but also indicate where you might be going because of the requirements of the program. So I'll be responding to those things like, that's great, awesome. When we get to statistics, you're going to need to be able to use Excel. That kind of response feedback to you folks. Now, in addition, we're continuing with the Pinker exploration, looking at that resource. We're looking at chapters 4 through 8. Now, in chapters 4 through 8, really focus on Steven Pinker making the argument with statistics that the areas of life, health, sustenance, and wealth, these areas on a global scale, when you look at a larger time frame, are actually progressing at an amazingly positive way. That efforts have been made on a global basis for those things to get better. So yesterday was not better than today. And so it's really kind of getting around that idea of what Pinker is saying about we are actually progressing in a very, very positive way, and we want to make sure that we keep on going in that direction. In that first chapter, it brings up a concept called progress phobia, which is sort of, you could kind of relate it to the topic we're going to be in discussion. Let's say you have a great love and familiarity with Google Docs, and I then tell you, well, you have to start using Microsoft Word or something like that. Of course there's going to be resistance. I would disappointment, like you're pushing me out of my comfort zone, or you're moving my cheese. There was a famous book called Who Moved My Cheese, or I think that's what it was called. When things start to move out of your comfort level and you've had no control or say about it, that's like, it's a little frustrating. And progress can have that effect on people. And we can think, well, progress for the sake of progress, or things are actually getting better, or maybe I don't think this is the way things should progress. These are all active, very prominent political discussions that are going on right now. In the discussion, which for this week is only part A, so it's part 2, discussion A, asks you to contemplate that there is a perception that the world is going to hell. Pinker presents that it's not, that the facts remain that things are progressing in a very positive way. Certainly it's not denying any problems or any sort of situations that are going on, and it's not saying everything's perfect. It's saying, but these things are progressing on a global level. What we want to discuss is to contemplate who gains from a concept that if I can convince people that things are not going well, who wins? Who wins from that? Who gains an upper hand? Who gains monetary even by convincing people who are the players that are involved in creating a message where nearly everyone I've talked to, until they've been exposed to this kind of information, has said, oh, the world's getting worse and worse. The data says the world's getting better and better. Stops and starts along the way, no doubt, but definitively getting better and better. Why is that? Why? Who's gaining from that? So, in the course book, I introduce you to one of the purposeful things here in answering that question: negativity bias. Read up on that. Confirmation bias. Availability heuristics and the power of algorithms within our search engines. When you get your head wrapped around how our current access to social media and information on the web can create the illusion of things going to hell when in fact they are getting better. I'll leave it with that. A very, very compelling question, I hope, and looking forward to seeing how we can address this in the part 2 discussion A. So have a great week, and I will see you online. Take care.